547, welcome to week 5. First of all, I would like to apologize with no video last week. We got hit hard in the house, and honestly, you wouldn't want to have listened to me. I could barely talk. It was more of a screech, really. So, but hopefully week 4 went all right. I have not graded the projects yet, but I hope to grade them no later than Wednesday this week. So just know, be looking for your grades to be updated by Wednesday. So we're more than halfway through. We're starting the second half of the class, and really you only have 2 big projects left and a lot of discussion posts. So let's jump right in. No matter what people tell you, words and ideas can change the world, and that's from Dead Poet Society, one of my favorite movies of all time. And I don't think you really can be an educator without believing that, right? Like, things we say and things we think can be world changing, even if it doesn't seem like it in a bigger kind of way, but like, we can change the world of one student. So like I said, we really have 2 major assignments and 6 more discussion board posts for the rest of the course, but they are bigger projects. So this week in week 7, you don't have an assignment due, but you do have an assignment due week 6 and week 8, and they're big ones. So just know that you're going to have to manage that workload. This week is really a work week, and as well as week 7. So we'll be talking about the memory process and prime and recency. And this is actually one of my favorite weeks, and we'll go through some stuff here in a minute. As far as content for this week, chapter 3 and 4, once again, they're linked right there. So chapter 3 is about 88 pages. You don't have to read it all. You just have to finish what you haven't finished from previous weeks. And then chapter 4 is about 40 pages. And then you have 1 article. It's from the BBC News. And if I scroll through, you can see it's not super long. So it's a good quick read about, and this is, what, 7 years old now, how, our reliance on phones and our computers, is it causing our memory to actually become weakened? It's really interesting. And then we get into our discussion posts. This week in your reading, you're gonna learn a lot about the primacy and recency effect, really discussion question 2. And this is something I talk about with my staff all the time. And so just so it's in Suze's text, but I wanted to show this little chart because it helps really hit home the point. Essentially what it's saying is, we learn best that what we learn first, and we learn second best that what we learn last. And so really a learning cycle in a 40-minute class really should be done into 20-minute cycles, with really minute, 6 or so to minute 12 being the prime learning time. And what I really like to talk to my staff is, in a 40-minute window, instead of teaching the lesson for 40 minutes, do 2 20-minute lessons or 2 20-minute cycles, and you actually get about 20% more prime learning. And time is the one thing we are always lacking. And so there's things you can do to actually gain, not physical time, but you can gain learning time. And so this is within Suze's chapter 4, really. And so really dig into that, because there's something that you can take and over the summer, change how you're running your classes and really gain more learning time for those students, instead of wasting that time doing things like roll at the beginning of the class period, right? So I just wanted to show that because it's really, really impactful. And then, the 3 discussion posts, learning versus retention. It's a great little read in Suze there. And then timing is everything. So discussion question 2 is really that prime recency effect, which is, what I just showed you there. And then the rates of learning and retrieval. So we store things, we need to retrieve them out of our brain. So all 3 of these questions are phenomenal. I know there's 3, but once again, you need your initial posted by Thursday. I highly recommend this week, since there's not anything due this week, get those done early. So then you can spend time replying to classmates, and then also working on your arts and movement project that's due next week. So really for this week, your assignments are those 3 learning questions. Next week is a very busy week. 1 chapter in the text, 4 articles, 1 video. There's 3 modules, 1 discussion question, and your arts and movement project, which I'm going to talk just a little bit about, but know that this video, if you click on that, you can listen to me, and it is about 5 minutes, 4.5 minutes, that really goes through all the details of the video or of the project. So I'll touch on it a little bit here, but really watch that video. And then if you have questions, figure that out now this week. So when you jump into actually doing that work, you can do it. So what you're essentially going to do is you're building a project to convince people within your district, whether it's a staff, a superintendent, district administrator, whatever, that you need arts and movement within the school, within the weekly curriculum. And so it's a presentation of sort. And as always, you can use lots of different things, Powtoon, Emaze, Prezi, Google Slides, and just like everything else, there is a rubric. So really, this is a persuasive project. And so that's the biggest part of the points. APA, title, references, appropriate length, about 3 minutes, 20 slides. You can go 3 to 6 or 8 minutes. Don't go too much over 8. What I will say is, I know some of you, we've talked about, you want to record yourself, but you couldn't get things to work. There are a lot of, Screencastify, you can do up to a 5-minute presentation for free and do screen capture. Loom, Loom, is another easy way that you can do a presentation. And for teachers, they have a great free option. That's another great free option. WeVideo, Screencast-O-Matic, Google Meet, you can even project your screen and record the meeting. You can do the same thing on Zoom. If you have questions about that, because it is much more effective to actually present and record yourself presenting, just reach out to me and definitely I can help you. So that is, like I said, I went over this in much more detail in the actual project video, which is the arts, assignment number 3, arts and movement video. So watch that. That'll go into detail. But other than that, that is week 5. I will, once again, by Wednesday at the latest, I'll have grades updated for you. And as you go through and you have questions, please reach out to me. Have a great day. Have a great week. And for those of you that are on summer break already, enjoy some time off.